Hi, and welcome to today's science lesson. This can be found in Kaplan's GED textbook, page 518 and 519. Today we are talking about cell structures and functions. In a different lesson, we talked about the main idea. The main idea of this lesson is that all living things are made up of cells. Some things you can see and some you can't, microscopic, but it doesn't matter. Everything is made up of cells. So the cell is the basic unit of life. The functions include movement, growth, and reproduction. So the cells have a purpose. Plants and animals are living things. The similarities, they are both made of cells. They both have a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material. Some are unicell, one cell, or multicellular, made up of many cells. But these are the similarities. They both have cells. Now, plants sometimes are different than animal cells. The difference is a cell wall. A plant has a cell wall. It's a structure that gives the cell rigidity and shape. The animal cells do not have this structure. If you think about animals, if you think about humans, and if you think about plants, they all have cells. But the cells different in size and shape. Why does a tulip look different from a rose? Why is a gorilla different from an elephant? Why are some people short, some people tall? So it has to do with cells. They differ in size and shape. In the cell, there is something called a cell membrane. This keeps contents inside and protects it from things on the outside. It is porous, though, or permeable, and that means that it can pass things from the outside to the inside or the inside to the outside. And we're going to talk about what that really means. So with permeable, it means that that membrane is thin enough for things to travel in and out. But what things? Like what? Well, water. If you think about our bodies, we perspire or sweat. The water goes from the inside of our skin to the outside. It's traveling from in to out. In a plant, you have nutrients go from outside into the plant. And waste. Waste leaves the cell, goes from the inside to the outside. So things travel, permeable. They go in and out. And this is important for the health of the cell. There is another substance inside the cell called cytoplasm. This is inside the cell. It is watery, it is jelly-like, and it might contain other cell structures. Now, we're not going to go terribly in detail with this, but these are things that are inside of the cell. Well, what else is inside the cell? Genetic material. This is something called coded, and if you take a look at the picture, that's what it kind of looks like, a ladder. And its instructions are to carry out the cell's activities. This is called DNA, this is called RNA, and genes are the basic component of heredity in humans and other living organisms. Why does a rose look like a rose, not a weed? And why do people look like people, not like dogs? So this is all genetic material, and this is found inside the cell. For GED purposes, we do not get into too much detail describing DNA, RNA, something called a helix, genetics. But if you take a look on 518 in the textbook, you will see a plant cell. So look at the different parts of the cell. You'll see that all cells, human cells, plant cells, have a nucleus. And these are the brains of the cell. And now it's your turn. So here's your assignment. Reread 518. See if you can identify the parts of that plant cell on 518. There was your assignment on 519. And if you have questions, email me at jherring@greenbeltmd.gov. jherring@greenbeltmd.gov. I hope this makes sense. We are all made up of cells. See you next time.